Morning, gang. It's Saturday, the 7th of September 2019. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire on a rather chilly morning and chilly night last night. And I had a terrible trouble sleeping last night, and I don't know why. I was quite tired when I went to bed. Nice journey down from Lincolnshire. I think I was a bit cold in bed, to be honest, last night, because, of course, I've still got the summer duvet on. Anyone got that on? Hands up. You know, the really thin one, or maybe some of you'd probably keep the same duvet on all the time. My sister was saying my older nephew just uses the same duvet all year round. But I've got three. I've got like a summer one, which is quite thin. There's a winter one, which is really thick. And let me tell you, when you're underneath that, oh, it's lovely. Although if you're with someone and they fart, you can't get rid of the smell. Because the thickness of the duvet holds it. It must be awful being in bed with my sister, because she has a terrible, terrible wind problem, as you know. You know, those of you that watch my brother-in-law and my sister on the show will know that often, I think she's doing it every 5 minutes now. You know, Martin will be doing his chat to the camera like that, and it's her. She don't know she's doing it. It's awful. I suppose that's what happens as you get older. I mean, I know. You know, I generally know that's going to happen. But you don't want to be under one of those thick duvets with someone who farts in bed all the time. Of course, if you're lucky enough to be on your own like me, it's lovely. You get under there and you pull that. I can't have it over my head. I keep thinking I'm going to suffocate. I do. I think I'm going to suffocate. So I've got 3 duvets. At the moment, I've got the summer one, and I might change that to the autumn stroke spring duvet, which is a little bit thicker. And then there's the winter one, so I might do that. The other thing is, of course, I've got the summer sheets on, which are nice and lovely and cool when you get in, like just a normal cotton. Whereas in the winter, I've got the brushed cotton ones, so and the duvet covers as well. So of course, when you get into bed, it's not too bad. When you've got the summer stuff on, it's a bit cold getting in there, as you well know. You know, we can't afford to put electric heating on or anything like that in here. Thank you very much. So that's possibly changing the duvet. Great karaoke last night. Those of you that were waiting for the karaoke on YouTube, I'm afraid we couldn't get that up and go. Excuse me a minute. Oh, dear. God's sake, sorry. Long time since I sneezed in here. Yes, we couldn't get that up and running because we've tried to separate the karaoke and chat show stream. And in doing so, I've got to wait for YouTube to verify the karaoke channel now, which they say should take about 24 hours. So I would imagine by later today that should be working. So I might give that a little bit of a test. Maybe I will appear on the karaoke channel this afternoon, or if I've got time, because I'm going up to my mate's house later, and sing a song. If Joanna's around, she'd be very pleased about that, won't you, Joanna? She is a big fan of my singing. Okay, so we might try that later on just to see if it's all working. But if you were waiting for the karaoke on YouTube last night, sorry about that. Out of my control. In changing it, I've got to wait for YouTube to do something to say it's okay for you to live stream now. Although we did carry it on Periscope and Facebook Live, of course, all right? Let's have a look. I had a nice journey down from Lincolnshire again to London last night. I've taken a slightly different journey now. You see, where my caravan is, it's near Boston. And the journey it usually takes me is probably on the fastest route by about 2 minutes. But nevertheless, it's quite a busy road. Although it's moving all the time, you don't get the traffic that you get in London. Let me tell you that now. Not until you get to Barnet. It kind of starts there. But that's after like 120 miles. Okay, so it keeps moving all the time. But the route I've been taking is quite busy. I've found a different route, which the sat-nav for some reason took me on the other week, which instead of going like on dual carriageways, it goes down this single carriageway, which is much quieter, but goes through just miles and miles of countryside. And it's so pretty. It makes so much difference being able to travel through countryside surrounded by fields, cows, and things like that, rather than sitting there or, you know, in on the Euston Road, surrounded by cars and buildings. It really does. Anyway, the normal route was all right, actually, but this route is even better. The drawback is you could get stuck behind a tractor for a while, but that's all right. You know, you just get used to that. So it does make a difference, sort of the surrounding around you. My sister turned up after the show yesterday at the caravan, and I'm very pleased to say she didn't turn up with pasties. No, she's now been able to stick to her carb-free diet for 2 whole days. Fantastic. Fantastic. So congratulations to my sister for doing that. Perhaps that will improve the wind problem that she's got. I don't know. You'll be able to see that this afternoon at 2 o'clock. My brother-in-law and my sister do their live show on YouTube, and you can find that Retro Restore. Retro Restore is the channel you want for my sister and her brother-in-law's... Sorry, my brother-in-law and my sister's live stream. Retro Restore on YouTube at 2 o'clock this afternoon. All right, boys and girls. Now, some stuff has arrived in a post, which I must show you. I'm very pleased at what's arrived in a post. You're wondering what it is. Also in today's show, as always, you can get your raffle tickets to try and win one of these a little bit later on, okay? The draw is on Monday, each and every show. You're allowed to have 1 ticket, so I'll be giving out the tickets for those a little bit later on into the show. I can't be here for hours and hours today because I must get down to the shops and then up to my mate's house. Right, let's just read some of your messages before we carry on. First message of the day looks like it's Michael Pullman. Oh, he's up early. Good morning, Michael. And Michael Lawrence as well. Diane Jebb, Rachel Wheatland. Oh, Rachel, will I ever get your name right? I'm sorry, darling. Morning to Rachel. Mr. Ray Reynolds in the house. Good morning, Ray. Heidi Oliver. Good morning. Adam the Plumber. Ian Days on YouTube. Adam says, I was just thinking of you and thought, as I'm stuck doing paperwork all day. Oh, you're not, are you? And I'd like to see a show, an up you pop. Sorry about that, Adam. Haven't you got an accountant, dear? You have got an accountant, haven't you? Although, you know, I mean, with an accountant, you see, I've got an accountant because I'm self-employed. You do have the option. I think you do the same as me. I do the basic work. You know, I put it in a book. You know, this has come in, this has gone out, and a box of several boxes. Here's my. Would you like to see how I do it? I'd like to see. Look, here, I'll show you. Right. Here we are. Now, here are my accountant envelopes. I'll show you. Right, I've got 2 lots of envelopes. As you know, I'm self-employed karaoke host. Was a DJ as well, but don't really do that anymore. So each month has its own envelope. Yeah. There's the August one. There's the July one. There's a lot in the July one. And here are all the receipts that I've got. Anyone else do it like this who's self-employed? Here are all the receipts from July. All the receipts, stuff like that. You know, what's that one there? Let's just pull one out randomly, shall we? That is for... a 15 metre long gold HDMI cable, which I used I bought to use in Cleethorpes, but didn't get used. So that's the receipt for that, you see. And all the other receipts in here. This is how I do it. What's that one there? That's got to be petrol. Shell petrol. There's another one there, Shell petrol. And they're all in there. So they're my August ones. And then a new month comes. Come on in, you get. A new month comes and I get a new envelope. I haven't got any receipts for this month yet, so it hasn't happened. So one envelope for each receipt. I'm a landlord as well. When mum and dad died, God rest them, I put my half of the money into property. So I have a property account as well. There's not so many bits of paper in that one. So July, August, September, and that's all the paperwork in there. And that's how I do it, you see. And then when I buy something, I enter it into my computer on a program called Microsoft Money, and it's really I've always used that program. I'm always quite worried, you know, as operating systems change. So we move from Millennial XP, Windows 7, Windows 10. I've always worried about, you know, putting the program in, or maybe this will be the year. This will be the operating system that refuses to work with it from now. But it never has. I've had that program, my God, for years. And I type in my incomings and my outgoings. My tax year is it's April to March, I think mine, or it might be March to February. I can't remember. That's my tax year. At the end of the tax year, literally, say it's the 31st of March. End of the tax year, that's it. You put your last lot of things in, and then you have a look through it all and check that things are all right. And your monthly outgoings, I type off, for example, Toyota. For example, Toyota, every month Toyota is paid an amount. So I'll type in Toyota and I'll check that every month has got that in there. And I try and do that as much as possible. Then I finish all that, I push a button, all this paper comes out of the printer. I put the whole lot in a big box and I send it actually by DHL. I take it into Ryman's. All my paperwork, the printouts and everything, take it into Ryman's and send it off to the accountant, and then he does his magic. And then he writes back to me a couple of weeks later and tells me how much I've got to pay the tax man in January and July. And then that's it. And he will have that done by the beginning of April, beginning to mid-April, really. Way, way ahead. Because you don't have to do that until the 31st of December, I think it is. I think that's the latest you have to get your stuff in. 31st of December. So I'm months ahead. And so I know exactly how much I've got to save for the tax man and what I've got to spend. Some of these people, a lot of entertainers are like this. They leave it to the absolute last minute, and some of them don't make it, and then they get fined £100. I mean, why would you give someone £100 for nothing? Oh, I can't get my head round it. Well, you manage in the end, don't you? It's just mad. And anyone who's self-employed, an accountant is worth the money because they know everything you can claim for. You don't know. You might have an idea, but I bet you don't know every single thing you can claim for. And my accountant claims for this, that, and other, whatever. And it's really worth the money. So that's how I do my accounts. I think you're probably the same as me. You do the basic part of it and then put it all in a box and send it off to yours, perhaps. Do you, Adam? Good morning to Dinny. Good morning, Dinny. Hello to Sean Pye. Hello, Sean. Andrew G. Good morning. Is a new viewer. Good morning, Andrew. He says, I loved your comments yesterday about the new show Scarborough. Yeah, was someone having was having a go at it, weren't they? I can't remember now. I can't remember what was said now, but I came back at it. I am on Twitter, boys. I do swear a bit on there. I just let it go. I just let it go on there. Twitter.com/Chris Reardon UK if you want to join me on there. Andrew lives in Scarborough. It's lovely. It reminds me of the other place, Whitley Bay. Whitley Bay. I like Whitley Bay very much as well, up on the Yorkshire coast. Oh, it's beautiful up there. Gang, if you've never been to Yorkshire, on the coast, Whitby, Scarborough, go. Where are you going to Scarborough Fair? And all that business. Beautiful. All the little boats and everything. You'd love it. Love it. Very old school. Ice creams and chips everywhere. Oh, that's how we want to live. Ice creams and chips every day. Oh, you shouldn't live like that, actually. No, did you hear about that little boy? I think he was a teenager, and his entire life he just ate, I think, chips and bread and stuff like that. He didn't eat any vegetables. He lost his sight, went blind and deaf. Terrible, really, isn't it? So you must eat these things. I don't think those vitamin pills are all that. I mean, when I was a little boy, my mum used to give me those orange pills, the orange Haribo. Is it Haribo orange? I can't remember who made them now. Little orange tablets. We used to have one of those every morning. But I don't think those vitamin pills really are a substitute for proper eating, I make sure I have one portion of vegetables a day at least. And when I say a portion, like a bag of vegetables, the microwave ones I usually do, to be honest. And some baked beans. Every day I try and have those. This morning I've had porridge so far. Porridge and honey. Oh, wait for everyone to tap them. Ow, there's loads of sugar in honey. Oh, well, so what? Morning to Mick Davant. I'm glad you enjoy the show. Andrew's lived in Scarborough for 16 years. Great place to live. Really enjoying a show. And he moved from Kent. Did you have a house to sell? Because if you had a house to sell in Kent and you bought up there, I bet you were quids in there, mate, weren't you? The same thing would happen here if I ever moved north. I live in Bracknell, Berkshire. If I moved north, I'd be quids in. I'd be able to have one of those £100,000 Land Rovers, wouldn't I? Although not particularly reliable, according to one of the newspaper reports this week. They said the most reliable cars are now hybrids. and the Jack ones. The Jack ones are the most reliable ones. What's it? Honda and Toyota, which I have. Very, very reliable. Remember the last RAV4 I got? Didn't have to do anything to it at all. Not even a set of tyres in 3 years. Nothing. I just paid my monthly thing and that was it. Paid the monthly PEP payment, whatever it is, PCP payment. That was it. I've just had it as its first 10,000 mile service. Because I do a lot of miles in a year. 25,000 miles a year I do, minimum. Okay? And that's what I've signed up for the PCP thing. Because you have to tell them how many miles you're going to do a year. And then they set the price that you have to pay. But I was a bit concerned that I was going to go over this. So on the service on Monday, I went to see the salesman. Lovely bloke, Dave his name is. He's just lost his mother, bless his heart. And he was saying he's worked it out and I am bang on for those 25,000 miles. So fingers crossed that's not too bad, you know. Although generally, if you take the car back there, you know, at the end of the period, which is usually 3 years, I tend to go at about year 2.5. If you go back there and you're buying another car from them, if you go over a bit, probably by a couple of thousand miles, it don't make any difference, you know, because you could then say, well, okay, well, I'll pay for that 2,000 miles. I'm going to go and buy a car elsewhere now. Thank you very much. Goodbye. They're not going to let that happen, are they? They want you to buy another car there. Because it's not just the car, is it? You know, it's the car. If you're like me, you don't know anything about cars. You know, it's the servicing, all that. You see, my brother-in-law's lucky. He can do all these things. He changes his own oil. You know, he changes brake pads. He puts those great big springs on the back, you know, that make you bounce up and down as you go along. Bouncing, bouncing. Doesn't he? Very clever. I can't do anything like that. I might just about be able to change the oil. That's about it. I can even put a curtain rail up. He's got to go around the caravan and put a curtain rail up at some point. Dreadful, isn't it? Morning to Mick Davenport. Good morning, Mick. Hello to Liam Manning. Good morning. Who is in Valencia? Holla. Holla to you, Liam. Morning. Rachel, do you know your karaoke nights, Chris? Do you see our comments as they appear, or are we talking to ourselves? I haven't got time to do comments, I'm afraid, while I'm doing karaoke. I'm standing on a stage. My interest must be directed at the people in the club rather than those watching on there. The comments is still open for you to talk to each other, which most of you do. But no, I rarely look at the comments. Just don't have time to do it. All right. Hello to Ian Hillman. Good morning, Ian, over there on YouTube. Dinny says, I've got a large mic today. Well, yeah, this is a different place. I'm in Berkshire today, so it's a completely different setup to the one down at our Lincolnshire television studio complex. Berkshire, completely different studio, different backgrounds and all that, all right? Talking about backgrounds, 2 new backdrops have arrived. How exciting is that? So I'll change the one up at Lincolnshire probably next week, I would imagine, because I've never really been very happy with that those palm trees. They just don't look right to me. I know you like them, but they don't look right to me. What about the sunflowers? I'd like to keep those for a bit longer, if that's all right with you. Certainly, I mean, funnily enough, here's the weird thing. I arrived back here this morning at 2 o'clock. I'm thinking, what's that sticking out of the hanging basket? Because I've got 4 hanging baskets along the front of the house. Geraniums, mainly. Okay? And there's this... there's a sunflower in it. In the hanging basket. I'm not quite sure how it got there. I did notice over the last couple of weeks there was another big plant that was growing out of it. It didn't look like a weed. So there must have been a sunflower seed in there at some point. I don't know how it got in there, but yeah, I've got a sunflower growing out of the hanging basket. I'll do a photo later and perhaps show it on the show tomorrow, okay? Not sure what I'll be here tomorrow because I'm on organ playing tomorrow at the church. So I don't think I'll be with you in the morning tomorrow. Maybe in the evening, okay? Good morning to Dino Klein. Morning, Dino. DJ RS Productions in the house. Good morning, fans, friends and followers. Info scuba diving. How many baked beans are there in a tin? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Thank you, sir. Info scuba diving. Those of you that do chat shows and things like this as well, feel free to put your links up there. That's fine. No problem at all with that, all right? Good morning, LaBelle. I am her emerald-eyed Union Jack this morning. Do you like this shirt? Some people don't like this one. It's full of stripes, isn't it? I was wearing this at the karaoke last night. Manilow the Grim Reaper Undertaker. Barry Manilow, dear, is not a Grim Reaper. There he is. Barry Manilow, yes. At the Copacabana. Someone sung Copacabana last night. I haven't got my maracas. Because I gave them, if you remember, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, who we lost a couple of weeks ago. I went to her funeral on Tuesday afternoon in Camden Town and then on to the crematorium afterwards. And I gave her my... I left the tambourine and the maracas on her... She didn't have many flowers, on her flowers, because she was always nicking them from me on the stage. And I was driving home the other night, I can't remember what it was now, and it's suddenly I thought, should I get some flowers? And it just suddenly dropped into my head that this wonderful lady used to annoy the hell out of me and jump onto the stage and nick my tambourine and maracas, which I've had these things for, oh my God, 15, 20 years. She would come on, nick them, and then hide them, and whenever I wasn't looking, she'd start playing them. And you used to drive, and I'd stop the karaoke. And, will you put those back, Mary? And she'd hide them up her skirt and places like that. Well, I was driving home, and I suddenly thought to myself, you know what? You really wanted those instruments. You can blooming well have them now. So I just left them with the flowers. So I haven't got any at the moment. Or have I? I'll come to that shortly, okay? Good morning to Dr. SRS Gregorian. Morning. Mike Rees-Ponto. Hello. Stanislaw Wilczek. Good morning. Who's in Brazil? Oh, wow. I don't think we've had anyone in Brazil as well before. So a very good morning to you. How lovely. How lovely. Gold HD cables are the best, says Rachel. No. Believe me, if you need a HDMI cable, go and buy the cheapest one. If you go in Curry's, they will try and sell you a bloody gold cable for about 60, 70, 80 quid. You do not need it. You don't need it. A cable is a cable. It will either work or not. The metal inside makes no difference. I know quite a lot about this, okay? Just buy the cheapest HDMI cable you can possibly find, plug it in both ends, and it will work. That's how digital stuff works. It either works or it doesn't. As can be seen, you know, when you're tuning around the radio, for example. You remember on FM station, it kind of still works as you go out of area, or it's a little bit like that, but it still works. With digital, it just simply stops working. It goes dead, doesn't it? Or you get those strange screeching noises coming out of it. Which sometimes, it happened the other day as I was coming back to London. I thought it was my sister trying to talk to me in the back, because she does screech a bit sometimes when she gets excited. She's getting ever so annoyed at the moment watching this, probably. Oh, you know how it is with brothers and sisters. Yeah, so just buy the cheapest HDMI cable you can find. If you plug it in both ends and it works, that's it. You can't improve it by getting gold. All right, my darlings. Morning to Jason Hughes. Hello, sir. Hello to Eric Mintzberg, who's loving the shirt. Thank you, sir. It's an old one. I haven't bought a shirt for years, to be honest. I buy quality shirts, and once you buy them, I've got shirts in there that are 25 years old, although some of them not fitting at the moment due to fat gut. Unfortunately, I'm trying so hard to do something about it. Yeah, Rachel says vitamin pills all man-made. You don't know what's in them. I'm sure they won't poison them, but I think I read in the paper some years ago that they did this survey about people who take vitamin tablets, and you can spend a vast sum of money on these things. They did this survey over a number of years, and they found that people that took vitamin tablets didn't live any longer than the people that don't. So you might as well stop spending your money on vitamin tablets and go out and buy a cream cake instead. Much better for you. A nice cream scone with jam. Yes, please, mummy. I tell you what, the scones up north are a lot bigger than they are down here. Great big things they are. Oh, it's so delicious. Morning to Johnny Key. Morning, Johnny. Nice to see you. Johnny came to the funeral as well. It was a lovely occasion, actually. The church was wonderful, the church service at the funeral. I did talk about this the other day, I know. The crematorium was okay. I don't like crematoriums. As I say, I find them extremely impersonal. You're in and out. But that being said, it was a nice little service in the crematorium. All 20 minutes of it, if we were in there for that long. You've got to be out for the next lot. Oh, it's a conveyor belt. I'm so glad they had the church service as well. Andrew, yes, I sold a house to move up here. Love that the houses have character in them. Yes. We do like a house. You probably built an older house. It doesn't necessarily have to mean 50 years old, but you probably bought an old house, not a new house on a new estate, because they are just awful. I hate new housing estates. It's like Legoland. Every blooming house. I mean, how you can ever find your way back to your own house when they all look the same, I don't know. Perhaps you would put little sparkling lights outside there or particular plants. Say, oh, that's my plant. That must be my house. And as you put the key in the door, you open the door and there's someone else's missus in there. I absolutely... And you see them building all over the blooming place. There are even... There's a place here in Woking. There's a couple of places here just down the road. When I cycled to church, I used to go through these two fields. Literally right the way through the middle here in Berkshire, from Bracknell to Wokingham. And on the right-hand side, suddenly, that's got metal fences up and lorries and sand. And I thought, oh, it's another field going to be built over now. And you know what it's going to look like? Every house looks the same. It's boring and bland. Awful. Whereas you go in little villages and places like that, in particular up north, as I'm travelling around in Lincolnshire, all the houses are different little bungalows and houses, and then a couple of flats and things like that, and everyone looks different. How interesting. How can you say walking around a new, I don't know, Bovis or Wimpy or Barrett housing estate looks interesting? No, it doesn't. It looks bloody boring. That being said, it might be an age thing, you see, because my niece and my nephew both live in brand new houses and they love them. Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, they're all right. Bit small inside. There's a housing estate up here. I think when they're private, you call them housing developments, don't they? Same bloody thing, except one's private and one's council. I live in an ex-council house here, which I love. I love it here. It's very nice, and I'm at the end surrounded by pine trees and things like that. And I went up with my mum when I was building these places, just up the road there on the right. Used to be a school, they bulldozed a school, big school, and made these houses. And we went in this house just to have a look round, pretending that we're going to buy. And we walked, and we walked it, and this hallway was massive. It had a spiral staircase. Wow, this is lovely. And then we went in the rooms, and they were tiny. They gave the room to the hallway. Why would you do that? Who lives in the hallway? The living room was absolutely tiny. And of course, then you go out into the garden. Well, I tripped over the garden. What did I trip over? The 2 blades of grass that were out there. It was so tiny. And yet the hall was massive. No, not for me, new house. I bet you've got an old place, haven't you? Andrew says, even the new builds up north, okay, the council makes sure the character is in them to keep the area up to scratch. Okay, fair enough, but the ones I've seen, I wouldn't want a new house. But you would have been quids in, though, I'm sure there. All right. Rachel, do you know how to change a wheel, Chris? Yes, but only if I have to, I once changed a wheel on a Landrover. This is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Must be 15 to 18 years ago. And I'll never forget, it was Christmas night. So I'd just been DJing somewhere. It was Christmas Eve going into Christmas night. Okay. So it's 2 o'clock in the morning. About 18 years ago, this is 2 o'clock in the morning. And I had a Defender Land Rover. I love that car. Miles per gallon, forget about it, mate. About half a mile to the gallon. Cost a fortune to keep filling it up, and that's why eventually I changed it for a Toyota Aygo. I had a little Aygo after that, which I didn't even notice paying out for. It was so cheap to run. But the Land Rover, I loved driving it. It was a diesel car, and I was driving up to my sister's for Christmas. As I say, it's about 2:30 in the morning. And I'm coming round. I'm going a bit fast, to be honest, okay? And I've come round this corner in between the 2 fields. Well, some idiot has decided to put paving... what's that? Paving stones. Oh, what's that thing above it? You know, you got the paving stone and you got the thing in between the paving stone and the road. That thing, not the gutter. What's that thing called? You know that bit that goes... Anyway, someone's put it round the corner of the fields. Now, if they hadn't done that, I would have slightly gone into the field. It would have been all right. But no, I hit these stones that were sort of protecting the corner of the field. Bang went the tyre. No, driving a Landrover, the sun was leaning to the right like that. I thought, oh my God. And I thought, right, just get it. It was pouring down with rain. Absolutely chucking it down, weren't it? There's no way to deal with it. What are you going to do? Just sit in the car for 10 minutes while you decide what to do? Nope. So I pulled over straight away. Of course, it was pitch black. No street lights there whatsoever. Nothing. So there I am. Fortunately, I do carry a torch in the car. Got the torch out. And I got the jack off the back. I'm getting soaking wet, of course. Got the jack off the back and I looked underneath. Okay, right. Started jacking this blooming thing up. And that was it. And I got took the wheel off. And these are big wheels on a Defender. And I thought, right, off your car. And anyway, it dropped off. Well, it nearly blooming flattened me, this wheel. But I got it off. Getting the next tyre on was a different story altogether. Because these wheels are heavy. Heavy. And you can't... It's awkward, right? You can't do it with your two hands putting it on. Not possible. So literally, I've now got my arse is soaking wet. I'm sitting on the grass next to the road, right, trying to with this pitch black on Christmas morning, holding this wheel like that and trying to push it up with my feet and line up the nuts with the holes. Well, I did it eventually. I did do it eventually. Done the nuts up and got back in the car. I don't think I even put the old tyre on the back. I couldn't be bothered. I just chucked it in the car. I thought I'd do that tomorrow morning. But I did manage to do it. Yeah. I think I probably had to change a wheel about 3 to 4 times in my entire driving. What would you call it? Career. It's not a career, is it? Would you call it that? My entire driving time, I've been driving since I was about 23. I think I've probably changed the tyre about 4 or 5 times. It's not a great experience, and it will always happen, when it's pitch black and pissing down with rain outside. Or snow, even worse. So yes, I can. Good morning to Super Mako 250, who received one of our fridge magnets last week. Congratulations to you. That was for becoming our 1000th subscriber. Okay, it looks like we lost a subscriber yesterday. I'm hemorrhaging viewers here, dear. Hemorrhaging. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK is my address there, okay? Andrew, Martin can do all the practical things, but you bring us good humour, company, and lots of happiness. That's what we need, dear. Happiness. Happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. I thank the Lord that I possess more than my share of happiness. You've got to be happy, dear. Got to be happy. Don't be miserable. Adam, please keep the sunflowers. We can't keep these through the winter, dear. We can't keep them through the winter. No, I'll bring them back next summer if you want. These will be up for... Okay, well, we'll leave those at least until October. All right, I'll leave that up until October, but I'm going to change the one down at the caravan. Hello to Big Joe is in the house. Good morning to you, British Joe. Welcome along. Jason quite rightly mentioning that Martin brings us happiness and joy as well. Happiness and joy, that's all we want. That's all we want. Good morning, Big Joe. Beans and Sharon go together. Yeah, that's right. I'll have to scroll down some of your messages because we're not getting through anything here. All right, Roy the boy, good morning to you. Where will we go? Gold HD cable doesn't make any difference. Mr. Gregorian says so. You're right there. Okay. I'm going to have to scroll down, my darling. David, cheap HDMI cables are only in mono. No, they're not. Roy the boy, I have your sticker. Thank you very much to Roy the boy for his sticker, which he has sent me here. Look at that. Fabulous. That'll be going on. You won't be able to see it, unfortunately. But that, maybe The trouble is, if I stick it on there, it will disintegrate when I change the thing, so I can't put it on there. Where can I put this? Where should I put this sticker? I don't know. Can't put it on the... I have to put it in front of me there, but it'll be out of the way, unfortunately. You won't be able to see that. But thank you very much to Roy the Boy for this sticker there, okay? Jam first or cream, says Jason. Cream. Cream, then jam on scones. All right? There we are. Right, let's just... you feel free to talk to each other. Look, Mike Reese is selling HDMI keyboards on eBay. Oh, yeah. Rachel's got a new house, only 5 years old. Is that right? Morning to Tony Power. I thought you said you were changing your wheel, Chris. No. Why would I change my wheel? What, to put you in it? What have you ever done for me? Nothing. Nothing. No one's in the wheel. It's all being left to a cat's home, dear. A cat's home for little pussies. We do like little pussies. My mate's got a new cat. I'm going to meet it later. He's Coco Chanel number 5. He's got 5 cats now, and they're all named after labels. Coco Chanel number 5. There's Ralph. There's Louis. There's Vuitton, and there's Lauren. All named after labels. It's a little white kitten. I'll get a photo later when I show you on tomorrow's show, okay? Good morning to Tony King. Good morning, Tony. Welcome to the show. It's not raffle time yet, Roy Brownlow. Do not worry. Let's have a look. Ian Days, if I unsubscribe, then resubscribe, will I get a magnet? No. No, you've got to get a raffle ticket for a magnet, mate. That's how it works. You know that. And good morning to Ants Galloway. Good morning, Ants. Welcome to the show. Okay, right, good. Let's move on. It's just impossible to read out all your messages. Feel free to talk to each other on there as well, though. All right, my loves. So I've got to go to the shops later. I need a haircut. Look at this. Oh, Christ. Trouble is, I'm going to get down there so late. There'll probably be like a 45-minute queue in there. But unless I leave it to next week, which I could do, I suppose. I don't like to leave it too long, though. All right. I think that's everything there. I've had 3 cats. As you know, the most recent one was Katie the cat. She was my mum's cat who I took in when my mum died. And I had her for 17 years. And I had a cat called JD. She came to rather untimely death with a dog, unfortunately. And then there was Tiny the cat, who I had, I think, for 21, 22 years. Yeah, but I won't have cats anymore. I find it heartbreaking when they die. Absolutely heartbreaking. It really is. Plus the fur plays a bit with me asthma, so best not to have one. Good morning to John. Oh, David had a cat named Brutus. Brute the cat. Morning to John Aitken, been doing his housework. Good morning. I wish I could do housework. I find it incredibly boring, Incredibly boring. And Heidi, can I have a story? What story do you want, Heidi? What story would you like? A news story? Do you want that before the... would you like to see what I've got in the post first? First of all, yes, I think I'll do the post thing. Here we are, look. First of all, it arrived in one of my favourite things. Large bubble wrap. It's all right, there's no fireworks going on outside. It's just my bubble wrap. I love it. Oh, look. And do you know what this is? More bubble wrap. I'm not usually as violent as that. I just want to point that out, you know. Don't worry. If you meet me and give me bubble wrap, it can set me off occasionally. So watch out for that. Don't give me bubble wrap. All right. Good morning to Russ, Philip Vernon. Better late than never, mate. Better late than never. So look what's arrived in the post. As you heard me earlier say, our dear non-Irish Mary from Ireland now has my maracas and my tambourine up there somewhere in heaven. So I had to order some more. Here they are. First of all, the tambourine. Yeah! At the Copa. Oh no, that's the wrong instrument for those. Wrong instrument. Let's see, what could I use this for? Together forever and ever to part. Together forever we do. And don't you know I would move heaven and earth to be together forever with you. And now, I've got to say, the tone on this one isn't quite as good as the other one, but I think I'll get used to it. Not only that, but guess what else has arrived in the post? Oh, yes. My new maracas! Yeah! At the Copacabana. Da 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 da. Music and passion were always a fashion at the Copacabana. You want these, don't you? Available on Amazon. 4. People sometimes come up, oh, can I play with your maracas? No! No, you can't play with my maracas. I've done it before in a place. I never forget once. I had about 8 maracas and I gave them out and I lost every bloody single one of them. So no, you can't play with my maracas. Go away. Oh, we'll give them back. No, go away. Well, can we have the tambourine? No. Bye-bye. Go and buy your own. So there we are, 4 maracas, which I shall be performing with for the first time on Monday at the karaoke at Central Station, all right? I'm so happy. Look. Look, oh, I can hold 4 at the time. Here, I can hold 4 at the same time here. Isn't that amazing? I never thought I'd be able to have 4 at the same time. Actually, in chariots, I think. No, anyway, there we go. At the Copa. Actually, perhaps I should buy another 4 and put the other 4 in the other hand. What do you reckon? Is that a good idea? They're not that expensive. I think they were about £10 for 2. Something like that. That's not bad, is it? So that's what's arrived in the post. Fantastic. Once again, we are musical and instrumental again. Of course they're tax deductible, Roy. Need them for the job, dear. Everything you must buy, try and see if you can make it tax deductible. All perfectly legal. It's like my special gun staplers. Yes. One of my favourite toys. Roy? Yes, and so much safer than a knife, don't you think? Oh dear. Dr. SOS Gregorian is loving the maracas, thank you. LaBelle's got a friend who gets turned on by bubble wrap. Oh, is there a video of that, LaBelle, that you could post, please? We want to watch that. John says, nice wrist action. Thank you very much, John, on the old maracas there. Tony, on the subject of my wheel, says, I thought my ship had come in there, Chris, with the wheel. Oh, well. Martin, that's his other half, and I used to have a cat called Wendy. She was very friendly. She would jump on the bed in the morning to nudge us to say she wanted breakfast when she was fed. She would bite us and run off till tea time. Ah! Oh, my cat, Katie, she used to wake me up. At one point, she was sleeping next to me in the bed. And when I say next to me, she was so close to my face, I could feel her breath on my lips. And it was lovely, a cat purring, and it sends you off to sleep. It's such a wonderful thing. But when she was hungry, that's it. And she'd wake up about, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and she'd start walking up and down me. You know, if I was on my side, literally, she'd start walking up and down me, and she'd get her nose like that, and the paw would come on the face to try and wake you up. Hello, time for breakfast. John's cat was called Tootsie. Tootsie, goodbye. Tootsie, goodbye. That one. Yes. Tootsie the cat. She was lovely, and my dog was Sandy. Sandy, can't you see I'm a misery? I sang that last night at the karaoke. So there we are. All right. Good morning to Mark Bowles. A bit late, Mark. Christ, we've been here for 45 minutes. Chop, chop, dear. Have you got your notifications switched on? Thank you. You like the staple gun. I know you like the staple gun. I know you do. And Dinny says, my cat Frankie, his breath stinks. Oh, some do, don't they? Sean, if I give you a £5, can I have a fridge magnet? I won't tell anyone. No, they are available for sale, £10,000 each. If you want one of these, you've either got to win a raffle or send £10,000 by PayPal, please, to chris@chrisreardon.co.uk. As soon as you send that money, that will be off. In fact, it will be I shall get this to you, hopefully within 6 hours. I'll personally deliver it if you are within driving distance, if you want to buy one for just £10,000. Yeah. You know, if you was Elton John, then you'd do that, wouldn't you? You know, you just send it in. Perhaps he's watching the show, I don't know, while he's practicing the piano. You know, I heard his last show. possibly do with a little bit more practicing, to be honest. But I think Elton John, if you're watching today, you can have one of those. £10,000, and I know you're a fan of flowers. Any chance of some flowers as well? If I could have like £9,950 and 50 quid's worth of flowers, that'd be lovely. I've only ever had flowers about 3 times in my entire life, thank you. There we are. All right. Okay. We'll do one story. We'll do a story, and then we'll do today's raffle tickets. One thing I got to... Oh, where's that gone? Where's that gone now? Crypto jacking. You ever heard of that? Crypto jacking? Well, I turned on my computer today, and the browser I've got on one of them is Chrome. I use Chrome. I don't know what you use. I use Chrome. Okay? And I opened it up to get some news stories. And I got this message up. Your browser has been updated with crypto jacking protection. And I thought, well, what on earth? That's a new thing to me. I've never heard of it. Had you? Crypto jacking. Oh, apparently this is a new thing we got to watch. Oh, as well as the viruses and the malware stealing your secret information. Although, quite honestly, what information they'd want from me? I suppose bank details and things like that, isn't it? Well, this is a new word to me, crypto jacking. So I thought I'd look it up. So I went on the McAfee website. And here it is. Let me read you this. This is a new thing we've got to watch out for on computers. It says, this is on the McAfee website, okay? As cryptocurrencies become more popular, they become increasingly expensive to mine. Don't know what that means. I honestly, I read some of this stuff about stuff, and you read it and you still haven't got a clue what it's talking about. So I don't know what that means. As cryptocurrencies become more popular, they become increasingly expensive to mine. The more mining that does a computer do mining then? The more I understand mining, going down a pit and digging some coal up. That's what mining is to me. It says the more mining that a computer does, the more cryptocurrency or digital coins are earned. The problem is that mining for cryptocurrency is expensive because the process requires powerful computers which consume a large amount of electricity. See, I don't know what much of that means. I'll be honest with you. I haven't got a clue what this is going on about. But let me read another paragraph. To avoid this expense, dishonest individuals, are you one of those? Would you buy a car from yourself? Dishonest individuals, known as crypto jackers, set up websites that use a visiting computer's resources, such as power, processor, and memory, to mine cryptocurrencies in the background and without consent. These websites look legitimate, with no indication that they try to mine currency. If you visit one of these websites, your computer's resources are used to mine cryptocurrency without you realising it. Well, so I'm not going to read any more of that because I ain't got a bloody clue what is going on. But apparently that's something else we have to watch out for now, boys and girls. Diddy said data mining. See, you say that to me, data mining. Nope, I don't know what that is. What is data mining? I don't get it. I've watched sometimes on the BBC, the breakfast news, they do this business thing, 8:30 to 9 o'clock, which is on the news channel. And sometimes they talk about cryptocurrencies. And many, many times now they've explained what it is. I still don't understand it. I think I could, if I wanted to, I could buy bitcoins or part of a bitcoin. I think you can find places where to buy that. But all this mining and all that business where I don't know what the hell that is. I just do not know what that is, and it's been explained to me on the telly, on the radio. No, I've still not got a clue what it is, so I don't know. Anyway, that's it there. Adam, Dinny said you could use PayPal credit label for that £10,000. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Adam, my cat Afro is 14 years old. I think he's got a bit of dementia. A lot of cats get dementia at the end, don't they? Bless them. I feed him last thing at night, and then at 3 or 4 he comes and jumps on top of me, lays his paw on me to try and wake me up. If that doesn't work, I get turned into a human scratching post. I bet that hurts, doesn't it? Oh, nasty. Nasty. Rachel's heard of kryptonite. Yes, Batman. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Or is that Superman? Kryptonite. I think it's Superman, isn't it? Superman, something like that. David in Hemmel's gonna do a raffle and win a flag popular with right-wing extremist organisations. What that? Are you saying that's popular with right? Is that what you're saying, dear? Oh, get off your aisles. It's like these people that don't want to fly. I had a bloke come into the pub once, and I had a little Union Jack thing flying. Can you take that down? It's upsetting our European friends. No. You think I'll put that? It's upsetting you, not the European friends. Bloody idiots. I shall put a Union Jack where I blooming well want to. Thank you very much. Right-wing extremists, dear. This is a wonderful flag, dear. Queen and country. Superman, that's the one. All right. Okay. Let's do one more story. In the Daily Mirror this morning, I've really struggled this week for amusing news stories. Usually you can log on, there's various different sites. A lot of them I get from the Daily Mirror. And it's always full of quite interesting, funny stories. But they kind of just grabbing at anything they can find this week. And there's not much that's funny. There's some really stupid stories that I read and I'm thinking, why have you bothered to print this? And it's something I thought, oh no, I don't want to read that out to people. That's particularly boring. So not a lot there this week. But I have some news for biscuit fat. Do you like biscuits? Do you? What biscuits do you like? Cadbury's chocolate fingers. Or Cadbury's animals. I like those ones. Come in a little box. They'll be out soon. The Christmas animals. They'll be out soon. Chocolate biscuits. Custard creams. Oh, and what about the iced party rings? My sister, she had a packet of custard creams the other day, right? So we had a few, put them in the cupboard. So the other day I was round there for another cup of tea. And I said, so I went in the cupboard for the biscuits. Some bastard has eaten them all. And it's not my brother-in-law. It must have been my nephew, Jimmy. He'd been in the cupboard eating all the bleeding biscuits. Nothing for me there. Oh, Rachel, shortbread. Oh, you mean the ones with butter in? You have two of them and you can actually feel your arteries hardening as they go down your gullet. Yes, shortbread. Very nice. Dinny, McVitie's Gold. Don't know what they are actually, McVitie's Gold. What are those ones? Do you mean McVitie's chocolate biscuits? They're nice. Bourbon biscuits, Mark. I've got to say, the chocolate biscuits in Aldi are really nice. They're about 30 or 40 pence for a whole packet like this. I might just have a packet for dinner. Shall I? If I have a packet of vegetables with the chocolate biscuits, is that all right? Or doesn't it work like that? Bourbon biscuits, Mark. Well, my sister had those. I'm not keen on bourbon, but you made the chocolate ones with a bit of chocolate sauce or whatever it is, cream in the middle. No, I'm not keen on those ones. Ginger nuts, John Aiken says. Oh, ginger nuts. The really strong tasting ones. I think they're the McVitie's ones, aren't they? Jason, quite rightly, once you start, you can't stop with any packet of biscuits at all. You're right. They do these ones in Marks and Spencer's garages and Waitrose, which are like round things, and they are just covered in chocolate. Oh, and there's only about 6 of them in a box. Can you take one out of a box and eat it? Of course you can't. Eat them all, dear. Don't want them to go off. I nearly stopped at the garage last night on the way home. I was driving through Egham last night, near Egham, rather. Because there's a BP garage and I know it sells them. I even indicated. And I thought, no, be strong. And I didn't stop. I'm very proud of that, actually. Weird City, hobnobs, very, very nice. White chocolate coated shortbread, Dinny. Yeah, they got those in there as well. I know the ones you mean. Oh, delicious. Chocolate digestives for Russ Philip Vernon. Mike Respondo. Chocolate hobnobs. Yes. Mark Bowles, what do you want? What bickies do you want, eh? Lovely. Johnny Key. Oh, yes, you're quite right. The correct name of this is Union Flag, not Union Jack. I do know that, yes. It's only a Union Jack when flown on a ship. Did you know that? Yes, it's a Union Flag. John Aiken loves a good dunk in his tea. Oh, you teabag it. Oh, no, never mind about that one. David Duncan at Central Station loves shortbread. It reminds him of Scotland. Is the Poison Dwarf still running that place? She keeps popping up on the camera, doesn't she? It's always funny when they interview her, the Poison Dwarf up in Scotland, and they're interviewing someone, and then they have to put the camera down, don't they, when they come to her? Oh, that's really offensive to short people. I'm short myself, dear. 5'8". Mark Bowles, jammy Dodgers. Oh, they're a bit sticky on the teeth, though, aren't they? Jammy Dodgers. Mick Davenport, any of the Fox's big biscuits? I bet you get one of those big boxes at Christmas, don't you? For all those different biscuits. Oh, start with one layer. Are you one of those that finishes the first layer, or do you go underneath when you've run out of your favourite biscuit on the top layer? Next person comes along, one of your kids or something like that. Dad, where's the chocolate ones gone? There's none underneath here. And you walk away sheepishly. Ginger nut, says Adam. Yes. Tony, fruit buns with loads of icing on them. You can only get them in Marks and Spencer's. Well, you're a posh person, though, aren't you, Tony? It's all right for people like you who can afford to shop in Marks and Spencer's. I have to go to Aldi. I have to look in that basket with the dented tins, dear. Yes. Oh, I went to the tin shop the other day. The tin shop yesterday afternoon. That's a little place near where my caravan is, and they do all out-of-date tins and things like that. I bought 4 cans of baked beans with no labels on them, just to try them out. They're only 20 pence each, just to see what they're like. I will report back, don't worry. Let's just scroll down here. Mark Bowles likes all biscuits. Yeah, I think me too, really, except the bourbons. I'm not keen on those bourbons. Andy, Jaffa cakes, yes. Tony King, chocolate-covered malted milk. Ginny remembers the sports biscuits with matchstick people doing sports activities on the front. Yeah, I remember those. Pink wafer things your gran would always have, says Weird City. Yep. Nice. Sean has ginger hair, so I've always been a ginger nut. Ginger people, is that right? Ginger people like ginger biscuits, is that right? Good morning to Joanna. Oh, Joanna, have you only just joined us, dear? I've sung 4 times today for you. I can't believe that you wasn't here. Very, very. Well, I've got my glasses. Let's do the school teacher thing, shall we? I can't, but very, very disappointed. Very disappointed in you, Joanna. I've been sitting here talking to myself nearly an hour, dear, and you haven't been there. I'm hurt. It's like a knife going into my chest, dear. It really is. Rachel, is that still going? The tin shop? Yes. What's the name of it now? Dave Mead. Dave Mead Food, isn't it? Yeah, it's, the lady sits in there and I know her and all that. I always go in there, have a little look around. It's so cheap. You know what else I buy in there? Smashed potato. It's £1 in there. It's over £2 everywhere else. £1 for smashed potato like that. Perhaps I could give that out instead of fridge magnets when I run out of those. Lemon puffs. Oh, I don't know about those. They sound a bit gay to me, lemon puffs, Mike. What biscuits do you like? Oh, I like lemon puffs. Is that right? Tins with no labels, dented tins, that's the place, yeah. I've got my non-label baked beans downstairs. I'm going to try those. I might try them a bit later. All right, Jason, you'll be a wind machine eating all those beans. No, that's my sister. That's my sister, that is. John, Fox's chocolate chip cookies. Very nice. Very nice. Right, you ready for some raffle tickets? Oh, no, hang on, the story. Wait, the story. Lotus biscuits in the sun this morning. You can get biscuits on the cheap. How are you going to get those? I'm about to tell you, boys and girls. In the sun this morning, Lotus Biscoff biscuits are addictive. Another one. Well, all biscuits are addictive, aren't they? You can't stop eating them. But now you can feed your cravings with a massive box of 300 biscuits. Now, if you don't know what these Lotus ones are, they're the ones that often you get in like a like a hotel or something like that, and it's individual biscuits in a little bit of wrapping paper, a little bit of see-through plastic paper. You know the ones, okay? They're the ones I'm talking about. Well, you can have 300 of them. Eagle-eyed shoppers on hot UK deals. I could be on that, one of those hot men. Could I be on one of those? Do you think? Hot Men UK. Hot Men UK. Eagle-eyed shoppers on hot UK deals spotted the great offer on Amazon, where a box of biscuits will set you back, gring, £8.95. That's all. 300 biscuits for £8.95. That's not bad, is it? Great big box they are. When I was in the Scouts, we always used to have a broken biscuit box, or several of them, in the sort of where we kept all the food and all that. Broken biscuits in a box. You get them dirt cheap. I think Audi was selling them at some point. That's where these factories, all the biscuits have to be perfect when they go into the packet. Some get broken during creating them, and they used to sell them all cheap in great big boxes. I mean, really cheap. It says each biscuit is individual. This is on Amazon. Each biscuit is individually wrapped, making them perfect for cafes, restaurants, hotels, and offices, or as an on-the-go snack. When you first visit the Amazon listing, you'll see that Lotus, the maker of the biscuits, sell the box for £10.71. However, if you look at the other sellers on Amazon section, you'll spot that Garraways, Garraways, are selling the same box of 300 biscuits for £8.95. Gring! The price also includes free delivery for all Amazon customers, not just Prime customers. So there we are. Get yourself some cheap biscuits on Amazon. And you sit there and you can stuff your faces while you're continuing to watch all my shows. How fabulous is that? All right. Mick, my wife's like a little hamster with biscuits. She hides them from me and then eats them when he's out of the room. Have you been eating biscuits? Mm-hmm. Open your mouth. Oh, we love biscuits. All right, let's do the raffle tickets. Who wants a raffle ticket? The next draw is on Monday morning, sometime between 8:30 and 10 o'clock, okay, Monday morning. You can have one ticket per show. If you are watching a recording of the show, then you can still have a raffle ticket. Just email me there. And you can email for this show right up to the beginning of the next show, okay? As soon as the next show starts, that's it. No more tickets for this show. Otherwise, I think it was Roy the Boy, actually. He asked for tickets for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't think you know the rules. So, yes, they do stop when we start the next show. So there we are. Let's go up here. Mick Davenport. Okay, we'll start with you there. Mr. Mick Davenport. This is for the fridge magnet with Johnny Key. The Union flag, not a right-wing organisation. A union flag to do with the United Kingdom. Nothing to do with a right-wing organisation, unless your brain tells you to think like that. Mine doesn't. There you go. There it is. All right. Ticket number 508 for Mick Davenport there. All right, only ask for one ticket and give me a chance to get through the list, okay? If I don't read out your name, some people get very upset when they don't get their messages read out within like a minute. It's just not possible to do that, okay? If it was like the BBC or something like that, you wouldn't get half the messages read out. Tony Blackburn hasn't got time to read all his messages out. He's much more popular than me. No one loves me. 509 for Mark Bowles. There you go, Mark. Bowles. It's all about having a laugh. That's what this show is about. All about having a laugh. 509. Mark Bowles there. Okay, Mark. 510 for Weird City. How are we doing on time? Yes, we must move on, dear. I've got to get down that shop. 510. I said I'd be at my mates at 2 o'clock. And I want to get a bit of lunch as well in first, I think. There we are. And I don't know how I'm going to get the haircut in as well. Jason Hughes, 511, Jason. Hughes. Draw on Monday morning, 8:30 to 10 o'clock, somewhere around there, okay? 511, Jason. Dinny, 512. Rachel Babyface. Rachel Wheatland. There you are, got it right. Rachel. I will get that right eventually, Rachel. We had a girl in last night at the karaoke called Rachel. Don't know if you saw her. Lovely girl. Really nice girl and lovely voice as well. She had a nice personality. She did have another song in last night, but unfortunately we ran out of time for that. Thank you, Rachel. There's our lovely LaBelle in New York. LaBelle. Always talk to each other on here. Don't just use it to sort of talk to me, you know. Feel free to make friends. Make friends, dear. Sean Pye. Ticket number 515 for you, Sean, okay? I won't keep turning the ticket round because, quite frankly, it hurts my wrist. And that gets enough use as it is. Yep. 515, okay, Sean? What? What? Oh, it's a screamer minute here. I don't care what I say, do I? Was that Sean? Andrew Bolton. Thank you, Andrew. Boulton. I didn't get round to see great nephew Harry and great nieces Olivia and Evie this week, unfortunately. I've been so busy up at the Cara. Always something to do. Anyone who's got a Cara, there always seems to be something to do to it. The next thing is the sound sort of reducing curtains. That's for you, Andrew, okay? The sound reducing curtains. That's my brother-in-law's going to put... I've either helped me put up or probably end up doing it on his own, I would imagine. Sometimes I get to the caravan and something's been done already, which is quite nice. Roy the boy. Me and my wife have ginger nut biscuits every morning. Do you really? Is that what you have for breakfast? Ginger nuts? Well, that's not very good, is it? That can't be very good for you. But if that's what you want, you know, I think that's nice. Michael Lawrence. Thank you, Michael. Michael Lawrence. There you are. All right, 517 for you, Michael. Okay. 518. 518 for, where are we? Mike Reese-Ponto. Yeah. It's funny, you know, I actually know all your names now. Funny, isn't it? I can just see, you know, do you know what I mean? I can just write Mike Pon, and I know who that is now. Mike, I've just shortened your name to Mike Pon. Can you do that on your checks as well, Mike? It's very long-winded, your name, dear. Heidi, hello, love. 519 for Heidi. Heidi went to visit my mate in hospital, which was just so nice of her. It really was. There you go, Heidi. 519. All right, love. 519 there. 520 for David in Hemel. David in Hemel. There you go. 520 for you. I better get another book of tickets, actually. While I'm up at the shops, I get these from Ryman's. I get a different colour. 521, Joanna. Yeah, love. Joanna, all right. Don't be caught asking for 2 tickets because you get sacked then. You get taken out of the competition. Well, it's not a competition, is it? It's not like you have to think of something to do. Roy, it wasn't me that asked for more tickets, Chris, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, it must have been someone else. Someone said, "Oh, can I have tickets for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday?" That doesn't quite work like that, I'm afraid. Okay, Union Jack, fly it with pride. Absolutely, Jason. You go to America, right? You know when you go to America, our friends in America, all these houses have got like the stars and stripes flying outside. There's no problem. Round here, oh, you'll have to take that down in case it offends someone. It's pathetic. Boris won't have any of this. He'll have flags everywhere, dear. If he's still in a job on Monday, I've got this terrible feeling he's going to resign. I think Boris is going to resign. I don't see... He's stuck, isn't he? As Parliament has been stuck for the last 3 years. It is literally stuck. Someone's got to do something radical to get out of this mess. It's just dreadful. You know... You see all this business going on with the pound. We don't do politics, as you know. But all this business going on with the pound. I don't put it down to Brexit or not Brexit. I put it down to the fact that we don't know where we're going. As soon as we know where we're going, I think things will be better. I don't think it's going to make much difference one way or the other what happens, to be honest. I think to you and me, to the ordinary person, everything will just carry on normal. Except we won't be able to get lettuces. We're going to run out completely of lettuces. No lettuces, according to the Daily Express, isn't it? 522. Who's this for? Tony Power. 522. Thank you, Tony. Tony, don't get all political on here because people start getting shouting and screaming. You know what they're like. 522. That's what I think. We are literally stuck at the moment, aren't we? 523 for Andrew D. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew D. There you go, Andrew. All right. 523 for you. 524. Don't like Tony Blackburn, says David. Sick of hearing Diana Ross. Ooh, ding. I love that song. You can sing Diana Ross for me on Monday, David, all right? Tony says he thought my dentures were falling out. I haven't got dentures. Look, real teeth, look. Real I don't know anyone with dentures anymore, actually. Mum and Dad had them, and my nans had them as well. I think people, I think dentistry has got a lot better if you can afford to go. You know, if you can afford to go. I was with a private dentist. My God, was he expensive. We're an NHS one now, who never seemed to find any work to do at all. He says I've got good teeth. Although at the moment, I've got to tell you, when I bite on that side, there's a tooth that's a little bit painful. So I don't know what's going on there. I'll leave it a couple of weeks and see what happens. Apparently ginger is good for the immune system. What, even in biscuits? Maybe so. I don't know. Morning to Robbie Stedman. Good morning. Morning to you, sir. A ticket for Adam the Plumber. 524. Adam the Plumber. Once again, gang, it's just impossible to read out all your messages. I'm sure you understand that, all right? 524. I do try and read some of your messages out from everyone. You know, if you're sending like 10 messages, I will read some of them out, but possibly not all of them, because otherwise I'll get so far behind and you never get to the end of the show. I could be here all day. Who would want to sit there all day watching this crap? Exactly. Write my name as Mike Pont. Mike Pont. Diana, good morning to Diana Strelly. Oh, she's one of my favourite people in the world, Diana. She comes along to the karaoke and regularly gets completely and utterly legless. By the end of the night, she's trying to snog me, you know. Go away, Diana. No. Have you got a brother? Morning, Diana. We need Guy Fawkes to sort them out. Yeah, I think we do. So actually, someone posted on Facebook yesterday. You might have seen this already. There's a picture of Guy Fawkes, and it says, "I hear that you might need me again." It's true. All right, people. You know, there's people talking about the politics there. I'm not going to read those out because it just upsets people. Roy the Boy went to Florida, wore his Union Jack hat every day. I bet you were popular with that. They love talking to English people, don't they? The Americans. Yes, they absolutely love it. Diana, your ticket. Yes, Diana Strelly. There you go, darling. 525, Diana. There you go, 525. Now, Diana's one of those sort of people who will come up to me next time she's at a karaoke. Oh, please, Chris, can I have one of your fridge magnets? No, you got to win the raffle, dear. Got the amount of people that come out with some sort of excuse to try and get something without winning it. No, got to win it. And your ticket is 525. Don't forget, Diana, you can have a ticket for every single show. Okay? Every single show. But don't make the mistake of asking for a ticket by email when there's been no show, because I know you haven't watched, and I will be hurt. I will be hurt. It'd be like me not listening to you singing. How would you like that? Exactly. Thank you. Adam reckons that price of the biscuits is quite expensive because you can get... Oh, he's worked it out. Oh, she's worked it out, dear. Adam the plumber. I would say it's pretty expensive for biscuits, considering you can get a packet of biscuits for 32 pence in Aldi, and you get 30 biscuits. So for 306 biscuits, it will cost you £2.88. Thank you. Oh, Adam. Thank God you're there. So don't buy the ones on Amazon. Go to Aldi. Aldi are so cheap. I'll be going there later. What have I got to get? Vegetarian. I've got to get some beetroot burgers because I really like those. And I bought these vegetarian sausages. Did I tell you? On I've had them from Aldi before, various different types of vegetarian sausages, because I can put all sorts of things in them, and they were delicious. I bought these ones from Asda this week. There were 6 of them. I can't remember how much they were. And I tried them yesterday afternoon. I put all 6 of them in this little George Foreman thing. No grease comes out of vegetarian stuff, usually. Nothing at all. No, you know that little grease thing at the bottom of your George Foreman grill or in your grill? No grease comes out of vegetarian stuff, usually. Right? So I had them all cooked, and I put them on the plate. I poured baked beans over them and some smashed potato mixed with cheese, and I bit them. Oh, they were absolutely vile. They were vile. I wish I'd have kept the label now, but, be careful. All this vegetarian stuff, and it's all very well. Some of the burgers, Quorn burgers I like, right? Quorn, Quorn, and they do various different types of burgers, but there's one they do that is marketed as Ultimate Burger, and I bought 2 of those, and they were horrible. They were absolutely awful. So, all this stuff, you've got to try one, and, vegan cheese in particular. Now, I've got to tell you, I'm not vegan, but I've tried vegan cheese before. Most of it is absolutely vile. Vile. There is one that I've discovered that I like, and that's in Sainsbury's. I don't know where else. I think they do it in Waitrose as well. Violite. Try that. Violite. It comes in slices. You pick a slice out. Oh, it's nice. Nice. But a lot of that vegan cheese is absolutely vile. You've got to just keep trying once until you find out what you like. LaBelle, Lord knows we here in the States love to wave our flags no matter what's behind its meaning. Yeah, me too. I do like a wave. I might attach a flag to the front of my car, like an MP or a diplomat. Like a diplomat. Therefore I can go speeding and no one will nick me. Wouldn't it? How long does it take you to get to Central Station from your caravan, says Mark. It takes me 3.5 hours. I could probably do it in 2 hours, 50 minutes, but I go slow. I give myself 3.5 hours, 4, 5, 6, 7. I give myself 3.5 hours, okay? And therefore, if there's any problems, I've got an hour to play with. About an hour to play with and 45 minutes to play with. That's why I leave so early. Because I can't stand being late. So far, I've been okay. It's constant travelling. You're moving all the time. 140 miles. I don't know if I've told you before, if you've heard before, Mark, but travelling from Bracknell to King's Cross, which is kind of West London to North London, right? 35 miles, 2 hours. Nightmare. Stop, start. Euston Road, dreadful. Every single time. Takes me 2 hours to get to work to do 35 miles from here. Or removing the extra time I play for, it would take me 2 3/4 hours to 3 hours to travel 140 miles from Lincolnshire, because there, you see, I'm coming in already in North London, and King's Cross is North London. So I'm already there. The problem is crossing London from west to north. It's a blooming nightmare, and it will never get any better, I don't think, until we can get flying cars. Oh, I'd love a flying car, wouldn't you? Where are we going? Jason, £20 here for a checkup. Not in there more than 5 minutes. Is that NHS? Yeah, I'm NHS. So I think I probably pay, is it £22? I can't remember what it is now, to be honest, what I pay now. LaBelle performs Diana Ross all the time. LaBelle is a drag queen in New York, and she's got a lot of work. She's always got posters up of the latest things she's doing. Wonderful. John Aitken, ticket number. Right, ticket number 526, John. 526 for you. I think we're close the tickets now, gang. Okay, Roy the boy, we have ginger nuts with our morning coffee, not for coffee. Is that what I said? Sorry. Diana, who wouldn't want to snog you? Most people, unfortunately, Diana. I'm always looking for a tongue somewhere. Aren't you awful, dear? Roy's going to wear his Union Jack hat in Mexico as well. I wonder how it will go down. In Mexico? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. David in Hemel says, Quorn is not accepted in Scrabble. Why is that? Oh, it's a name, isn't it? It is a name, isn't it? Flag on your car like the Queen. You'll be the Queen of Bracknell. Dinny, 140 mile coming from Lincolnshire to London. Actually, it's a pleasant drive. This is the thing. Because you're going through countryside. Through countryside and you're constantly moving. The 2 hours, 35 miles from Bracknell to King's Cross, I absolutely hate it. It's a bit better on a Saturday. On a Saturday, you're probably down to an hour and a half. But on a Monday or a Friday, if I have to go, if I'm not coming from the north, Friday and Monday are dreadful. But you get to work and you're already in a bad mood because you're blooming, you've had to sit in all this traffic, all right? Okay, gang, lines for raffle tickets this morning are now closed. If you still want a raffle ticket and you haven't got one, you'll have to email with the people who watch the recorded show, all right? Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address for your raffle tickets. Mark Bowles says, traffic is a nightmare. Cars and fuelers have never been so expensive, yet never been so many cars on the road. Yeah, and it is dear. The cheapest petrol I've found is in Cleethorpes, where I do the karaoke in Cleethorpes on Thursday night. And that's £1.22 a litre at the Tesco's there at the moment. That's the cheapest one I've found. Followed by Asda in Boston, £1.20. That's where I filled up this week. £1.23 a litre. Forget it on the motorway, mate. Blimey. £1.45, £1.50 a litre on that M1. Jeez, it's a lot. Rachel's got 2 false teeth at the front. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. Well, I'll write that down then. On my Christmas list, Rachel, 2 front teeth. Is plastic all right, darling? You're not having ivory, dear. I'm not having elephants killed so you can have 2 new teeth in your mouth. Do you want big ones? I used to have buck teeth. Jason's at the NHS. Yes, same as me then. Same as me. Alrighty. Yeah, one. You're right. Like that, we call £1.22 is cheap for petrol now, isn't it? These days. Good morning to Simon Goff. Oh, he sent a private message in. Simon, be warned. I don't always see the private messages. If you put it with all the others, that's okay. Simon's watching the show this morning. Has sent me an alpaca YouTube channel, which I can't. Oh, I think I can. Actually, I can. Let's have a look there. Oh, lovely music. I'm going to just post that. How can I do this so that everyone can see it? Just a minute. Let me work this out. Okay, Simon keeps alpacas. Little llamas, aren't they? He actually has alpacas, and he's got his own YouTube channel. I'm just going to post that. He says, all the videos were done at the old place where we had 12.5 acres, only got around 2 acres now, so a bit of a 2 acres, and he says he ain't got much land. Dear me. You're lucky. I'd love a massive garden, Simon. I'd like a garden where you have to get one of those little tractors to cut the grass. One of those. I'd love a garden like that. Right, let me see if I can cut and paste this somehow. Let's see if this works. Right, hang on. This should be Simon's YouTube channel. Does that work like that? And now let me see if I can redo that for the YouTube people. Stay there, my darlings. Let's see if I can do this for you. Okay. Okay, that should. I don't know if that's going to work or not. It seems ever such a long URL, that. That should be Simon's YouTube alpaca channel where he's got little videos. I haven't watched them yet, to be honest, so it could be completely different, but never know. All right, alpaca channel where you can watch his little alpacas running around. Okay, a ride-on mower, that's what I want, Roy. One of those, yes please. Ian says you can get 10p off a litre of petrol if you shop at Tesco's. No, I'll stick to Aldi, I'm afraid. Much cheaper at Aldi. All right. Okie doke. Today's birthdays then, and I must get a move on actually. I'm running out of time here. Happy birthday on this Saturday, the 7th of September 2019 to Sue Tomlinson. Good morning, Sue. Lovely picture of you there. Beautiful tan you've got there. Happy birthday, Sue. Happy birthday to Linda Fessler Weinstein. Good morning, Linda. Happy birthday to you. Evie Blue Ivy. Is it Evie? E-V-Y. Evie. I think more Evie. Ivy. Yeah. Evie Blue Ivy, who is one of our Manilow ladies. Good morning, my dear. Happy birthday to you. Matautia Harston. I hope I've got your name right. Happy birthday. Rupert Ellick is 40 years old. I'm sure you're older than that, Rupert. He's down in Brighton, aren't you? Happy birthday to you, Rupert. Long time no see now. Markus, the delightful Markus Tiberius Rudland. Happy birthday, sir. And Luis Ramos. Love that picture there of you, Luis. Happy birthday to you. That's our birthdays today, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Just want to pull one more message out there, gang. John Aiken said, I really enjoyed Darren Litton's latest creation, Scarborough. He's the chap who wrote Benidorm. Don't think it's like Benidorm. It's a completely different thing. But John really enjoyed it last night. Very funny. Well done, Darren. And he was the karaoke DJ. Is he based on you, Chris? I haven't watched it yet. I've got it on the recorder downstairs. I shall be watching that, so don't worry about that. Roy, I do have moderators there. Okay, I have got a couple of moderators on here that have been with us for some time now. So, yes, I have got that, all right? So, once again, gang, don't forget, if you didn't get raffle tickets, only get one per show. Don't ask for another one. Then email me there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and I'll email you back with your raffle ticket number. Timings for tomorrow, I'm not sure. Probably not in the morning because I'm on organ playing tomorrow at the church. So maybe tomorrow night. Depends on a few things that are going on. All right, so we'll see about tomorrow night. Don't forget, do have your notifications thing switched on. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Chris Reardon UK is my YouTube channel. Have your little notifications on there. And whenever there's a show, it'll go bing! And I will appear in a puff of smoke. Have a nice Saturday. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.